Good evening, everybody. I am coming on here. I know I be cutting up. I cut up all the time, but today I am coming to talk to you about depression. There are several types of depression: bipolar depression, schizophrenic, bipolar depression. We have to take understanding what depression is. It's a person who feels alone and can't speak to anybody. I want us to start coming to an understanding that the worst thing you can say to someone that has a depression, oh, you strong, you get through it, that is the most fucked up thing to say to them. They need your ear. Even if it's nothing but to sit there beside them and just hold their hands while they're going through it. Because in their mind, they feel alone, lost, deserted. But to hold their hands to know somebody is there, got their back, and right there standing with them makes them a little stronger just by having that present. I'm a retired teacher developmental specialist. And believe me, I used to be there as a child. I tried to punch my ticket many times with no success. I never forget the time that I got so tired of my dad coming around and arguing all the time. He will never stop arguing all the time. It was like he want everybody to have this aura of fear of him. I got tired. I went upstairs to my grandmother's spare bedroom where she kept her guns. And I took she had two guns in there. At that time, I was ignorant. I took the 32, the 38 long nose, the 32, and I put it in my hands and put it to my temple, and it wasn't comfortable enough for me to pull that trigger. So I put it down and thinking I'm picking up a 22 and put it to it, and it fit just right and it was comfortable, and I pulled the fucking trigger. It was a starter gun. I was blind for a while. But if that 38 or 32 wasn't long and bulky, I wouldn't be here speaking to you today. I know what depression can do. And my grandmother was always there for me. And my life was built around her. But I was still depressed. I was depressed about not having a mother. When I'm watching my stepsisters and them having their mom around. My dad is always out from one house to the next. He never had stabilized me. I was tired of being divided amongst my siblings. I was just tired. It looked like I had nobody. And no one to talk to and understand what was going on inside of me. I wanted to be an architect, but my grandmother wanted me to be a brain surgeon. My dad wanted me to be the first dark-skinned American woman to be a DA. And at that time, those were goals that was so high above me, and all I wanted to do was go in the Navy and become an architect, design nuclear bases. That was my mind. I am an artist. They tampered with my education and everything. I had no say into it in my future. So I know what depression is. I know what was depression. I had 2 children, and I thought that I was going to let them down. So I took a whole bottle of my grandmother's painkillers. Because I wanted them to have something better than me. I thought my grandmother would be the best person to raise them. Never thought that they would not understand why my mama took her life. This is real. Until we come aware of people's depressions, we're going to have a lot of people commit suicide. And now the depression has raised a different level. It's massive shooting. Because they hurt so bad inside that they want someone to feel what they're feeling, but they have no way of expressing it because we got people out here that think they understand. I went to therapists. I sat down with psychiatrists, and they put a time limit on your visit. And sometimes you be right there to tell them how you feel. Time's up. Make you want to come home and hang yourself. I know that feeling because I was there. I want each and one of y'all. I'm going to challenge y'all. If you know someone who's depressed, stop telling them they can do better. Get up. Why don't you try to do this and try to do that? That's not what they need to hear. It took me many years to get out of depression. And I thank God for that. Because you know what? I sat down with God and I said, I don't have to pay you. I'm going to lay here all day and night. I don't even have to have a time limit on me. We're going to talk this thing out. It took me months on the couch every day while my kids was in school and my husband was at work, sitting down talking to them. And when I was talking to God, Allah, He was making those answers come out of my mouth like He was talking through me. That's why I can praise Him all day long. And I became a better person, a different person, because I start realizing that day when I put that 22 starter pistol to my head, He said He wasn't ready for me. When I took those bottles of pills, He said He wasn't ready for me. Some people's depression is so bad. I had a girlfriend who killed herself, shot herself with her mother's gun while she was at work. And she gave her daughter to her father, to his father, to her father. And she was my best friend. We went through things together. We were battling things together. And she left me this saying, I will always carry your back. I'm just going on a trip and I may not be back. I didn't think she was going home to kill herself, but she did. So I'm challenging you, every last one of you. If you're listening to this, go to someone who's depressed. Or if you're depressed, and when you're finding yourself depressed, guess what? Hit me up. I'll talk to you. I'll even hold the phone and let us listen to dead silence. I don't want you to end your life, and I don't want you to go that next step and cause mass shooting. Don't do that because you're hurting. Don't let other people hurt. I'm here for you. I'll tell you no lie. Hit me up. Call me on Facebook. Hit me up. I'm going to be here for you. I don't care what time of the night. Even if I'm at work, I will stop and I will take your call. Because I don't want no one to feel alone, like they're doing it alone. I want y'all to take time out and do it for other people. And if you are going through a depression, please reach out to someone you can trust. And I know there's not that many people in this world that you can trust with your thoughts, but say something to someone. Even a stranger will listen. This is real. Depression is real in our communities. And let's be there for them and make it make it a resolution instead of a problem. Because you know what? I have a book out called Love Letters. And I addressed every one that I felt needed to be addressed that contribute to my depression. And I addressed some people who helped me get through my depression. It's called Love Letters by J.C. Glenn. And I'm getting ready to put out Naked. Naked has been supposed to be put out. It's just that I was talking to myself. And I was revealing to myself what is true and what is real. Till it brought back so many memories. And I did go into a depression in writing that book. It will be out. And I want everybody to know. And I only wanted to make this announcement for 8 minutes. And I know it's past 8 minutes. But this is something so real and that we need to really think about and concentrate on. I wrote that book because I want people to understand that we got a deck of cards. And when you deal in your hand, when it's your hand dealt, keep plucking until that card come up that make you go out with a royal flush. When I say royal flush, I mean that raise you up to when you was from the bottom, you see yourself coming up. I'm going to say what DMX said. Where my dogs at? I'm your dog. If you want to know where your dog's at and that you won't feel alone, I'm your dog. Woof, woof, woof. I'm your dog. And I'm going to be right there for you. I don't even care if it's at my job. And if they have to write me up, I'll tell them, write me up. Somebody needed me. If they say, well, we're going to have to let you go, let me go because somebody need me. I want to be your dog. I want to be that shoulder you want to lean on. So y'all have a good night. Because really, I really don't want to say this of the title of my channel. But really, at the end of the day, I do give a fuck about depression.